Bingham are vying for that last place in the top 4. Needs a kind kiss here. Just about okay. We watched Murphy earlier on today. Lost 3-2 to Judd Trump. Trump unbeaten in this event so far. But Murphy looked okay. Spoke to him afterwards. He was pleased with the way he was queuing. Maybe 1 or 2 shots where he felt he made the wrong choice, cost him. But apart from that,
Murphy,
not displeased with his game. He started off with a break of 72, then a 1-2-6, led 2-0 before losing by 3 frames to 2. So on the whole, there's nothing wrong. It's just the odd shot here or there. Well, Bingham's had a very busy last 10 days, hasn't he? Won the Welsh Open on Sunday night, defeating Judd Trump by 9 frames to 8. Came straight here for action Monday morning, bizarrely, to play Judd Trump in the first match of Group 5. This time we lost that one, 3-2. Managed to get some rest last night. We're looking to book his place in the group final in a couple of weeks' time. As I said, this is Group 5, so obviously 4 groups have been played beforehand, 4 winners through to the group final. Barry Hawkins, Dave Gilbert, Mark Davis and Anthony McGill are all through. So 3 more places up for grabs.
Stuart, Bingham, 9.
Not the easiest shot, so both players have had a chance already in this opener. Quick fire match earlier, wasn't it? Murphy and Trump. 5 frames took an hour. So Murphy's playing back-to-back matches now, isn't he? He plays this one against Bingham. There'll be a short 5-minute break. Straight back on against Liang Wenbo. And on this table this afternoon, Stuart Bingham finishes off against Kyron Wilson. By that stage, we will know the lineup for the semi-finals of Group 5. It's a nice shot. Obviously the red going over the left corner pocket was always the worry, but he's covered that one. So Bingham just looking to see if there's a shot to nothing here, if there's a path back to bulk. Studying those 2 reds, seeing if a 3-ball plant is available. You come down, you work out all your options, just make sure you haven't missed anything. Well, the way he's looking at it, maybe there is a plant. He felt it was on, gave it the kitchen sink, and that could prove costly.
One. 6. 7.
Yeah, the cue ball just crept away a little more than he would have liked.
30.
Just stayed there to see if the pink does pot into that right corner pocket. I don't think he'll be playing that shot this time. The trouble with the acute angle he's got on the red, you're going to lose the white. So just keep an eye on the cue ball here. Glanced off the red, that's okay. That was his main concern. As long as he didn't make a full ball contact with that red, he was always going to be fine. Well, he played for the red to left corner, but
60.
still has the red to left centre. Doesn't really need to do anything with the cue ball as such, because just drop it in, you guarantee position on the pink.
Seventeen. 23.
It's one of these breaks where you need to think about it more than a normal situation, because the black isn't on his spot, the pink's not available into all the pockets. Once again, there's a danger here of making contact with another red with the cue ball and knocking this one in. Well played.
24.
Oh, I just travelled a touch too far.
Twenty-six. 27.
So just looking ahead, there's pink to follow. You're always working things out in your head. That's 34 points, 25 ahead. There's still plenty on, but bearing in mind there's 51 points on that side of the table, 3 reds, 3 blacks. So he's still got some work to do, really.
34.
Bingham is by no means out of this one just yet. I see, just checking the scoreboard, working it out. 32 ahead, 33 if he takes a pink, 39. Yeah, he's going to need one of those reds on the side of the table.
41. 47. $48.
So here we go then, off the blue, loads of right hand side on that cue ball, trying to check it back off the cushion and make contact with one of those reds. Oh, misjudged. No intention of hitting the pink,
Foul.
and worse still, the in off, so the break
Shaun
ends
Murphy,
there.
48.
Stuart, Bingham.
5.
He's actually played a shot to nothing then. He looks at the double half-heartedly, I admit, but there's always a chance that they can drop. Murphy then 35 points ahead, 51 on. I think it's fair to say with the way the pink and black are situated, he's going to need at least 2 reds.
One.
Well, you see, there's one of them. It doesn't really help his cause. This will, though. Tighten behind the pink.
Shaun Murphy, 1.
So 36 points ahead, 43 on. Bingham in all sorts of trouble here. Well, maybe not. I thought he was closer to the pink than that.
Foul. Shaun Murphy, 7.
I think Murphy just pausing for a second, working out why a miss wasn't called. Well, not in that situation. 43 ahead, 43 on. He doesn't like it. It's one of those shots, obviously the pot's extremely difficult, but the safety isn't obvious. Let's not forget the state of the league table at the moment. Top 4 qualify. Bingham's in 4th place on 2 points. Murphy in 5th on 1 point. A must win this match for Shaun Murphy. An absolute ton of left hand side on the white there.
Thank you.
That is a pretty good cue ball. Well played. Yeah, he's played a great shot, but you always need an element of luck because there's no way you can work out exactly where that white's going to finish. Murphy's in trouble here. Good escape, a good result. Almost forcing Bingham now to bring the red on the cushion into play. Yeah, well, he knew full well he didn't need the colour, just wanted to get rid of the red. That way Bingham couldn't win the frame. As it stands, Bingham's got a chance here to level the frame at least. Needs 2 reds, 2 blacks, all the colours to force a respot. So here we go. Right, well that was not as intended. Now he's got some work to do with the cue ball. Let's not forget he can only afford to take the black here. Any other colour, he's going to need a 4-point snooker to go with it, so just keep an eye on this cue ball.
No.
There's still a glimmer of hope then for Bingham, but he does need a 4-point snooker now. Trailing by 29 points, 27 on.
Stuart, Bingham, 14.
It's an excellent shot. As was that. So as we whip, that was another very good shot. Just look where he's cueing into the white here. Heavily on the left hand side of the white as it hits the cushion, should kick across. Very well played. It's been a tense frame, this one. Both players knowing the importance of victory here. If Bingham wins it, he's definitely through to the semi-final stages. And Murphy's definitely out. If Murphy wins it, there is still hope. Don't worry, any Stuart Bingham fans out there, he definitely wasn't going for the pot there. Just using the jaw of that centre pocket to put the yellow back into bolt, trying to get the cue ball in behind the pink, but as you can see, short of pace. So a half chance here for Murphy. I think Murphy's still got to be careful here because the balls are situated nicely to try and get that snooker. Once again, pink is the target. When you're in Murphy's position, it's one of these situations where you just want to get the frame over with as quickly as possible. The longer it goes on, the more the doubts start to creep in, the more the danger is your opponent's going to get the snooker he needs. Bingham's a very clever player. Knows all the angles, knows all the tricks. This time trying to get the yellow as close to the black as possible. Slightly shorter pace, I think. Once again, another very good shot.
Two.
What was Shaun Murphy thinking then?
Stuart, Bingham. Two.
Bingham just trying to get that cue ball once again in behind the pink. Shorter pace. Very cagey opening frame, isn't it? It's always risky, that kind of shot. Very easily the cue ball could have gone into that corner pocket. Decent chance here then for Bingham. If you get enough topspin on the cue ball, there's a fairly big target in behind the pink. It's just which way he sees it. Can't make his mind up. His brain is processing so many different options. Which one should he take? Oh, that wasn't the right one. Yeah, he's locked out there. Now Murphy needs to make sure he gets rid of the pink and black in that situation, because that's a massive target for Bingham to aim for. Just split those two up and just be careful you don't send anything towards the pocket. There you go, have some of your own medicine. Easy to hit.
Foul. So Murphy, 4.
Well, that should be enough now for Murphy. 31 ahead, 25 on. Bingham needing 2 4-point snookers. Murphy taking no chances whatsoever. Well, the reason that Bingham's carrying on is because of where the pink and black are situated. It's a huge target, really, to get that cue ball in behind. Obviously, he's got himself in a spot of bother at the moment. If he can get out of this and keep the frame going, he's got a small chance. Saying that, the shot he's in at the moment is not the nicest by a long way. Here we go then, 2 cushions. He's not happy with that shot. He could be in some trouble here. I don't know whether that's good enough. It needed to be absolutely glued next to the pink, but if you can come off the side cushion, the right hand side of the table, then there's no real danger for Murphy. Been a scrappy opener, isn't it? Half an hour so far.
Three.
Well, I'm sure that will do it. Bingham making his way back to the chair. Hasn't been the prettiest of frames. The 48 for Murphy has helped him take it, but it was a nervy finish.
7.
I think the relevance and the importance of this match is clear to see.
12. $18 in the frame. Shaun Murphy.
Over 30 minutes played. Shaun Murphy takes that opener. Stuart Bingham leaves the arena. Murphy leads by 1-0. Well, former world champion, a Triple Crown winner, nicknamed the Magician, but hasn't had that much success in this event over the years. His best, as you can see there, runner-up back in 2011. And I thought this event would suit him. He's a quick fire player. He's not renowned for his out-and-out speed, but I can assure you, when he gets going, he's up there with the very best of them. But he's on the edge here today in Group 5. If he wants to make it through to that group final, without a doubt he needs to win this match. Anything other than that, and there's no way he's going to qualify from this group. Unique setup here in Coventry at the Rico Arena. In the lower hall, there's loads of different halls here in this complex. Big football stadium outside. Here in the lower hall, there's no live audience, so if you're watching this for the first time and you see a player knocking a fantastic part and you think, well, why aren't they applauding? Simply there's no one watching. That's not the point of this tournament.
Frame 2.
It's streamed live.
Shaun Murphy to break.
It's just two players, the table, the referee, two tables set up. And a short best of 5 format. A system that works, a system the players love. Fantastic opening red from Bingham. Needs to fall the right side of the blue.
1.
I think he's just about okay.
Six. 7.
Or maybe there's a red just at the bottom of the cluster
40.
to that right centre pocket. That's what he's looking at. Wow.
Stuart Bingham.
Purely the pace
40.
kept that one out of the pocket. It was a good shot. It looked like it had dropped for a second. We can see he can't play the attacking safety. By that I mean trying to send the cue ball in behind the bolt colours because of the red over that right centre pocket. So for me the target just be bring the cue ball back to where it is now, try and get it in behind the black unless he can see something else. And he's digging down into the white, so here goes. Well, what a cheeky shot to play, and he's played it. Fantastic effort. Fully intended shot to nothing, very clever indeed. Tried to knock that red into the centre pocket off the other red. Very close to doing so. But I think he's left a plant on here.
One.
Oh, he left the plant, but there's still hope for Murphy here. This is a horrible shot to play. For some reason, I don't know why, still to this day, even after 35 years of playing, but you always tend to overcut that shot. So then, Murphy 1 up, in with a good chance in this frame.
Seven. Eight.
Well, not as intended. He always played that
13.
in a half-hearted sort of fashion, really. Didn't seem as though it was fully committed. Oh, what's he going to do here? I don't think the pot is the right shot to play. There's a couple of safety options. You've got to be so careful that sometimes that frustration just drag the next shot along with you. You think, well, I've played a bad shot, I'll try and force my way out of it. It's not always the right choice or right thing to do.
So Murphy.
I'm trying to get the keyboard tight to that bolt cushion. I think it's probably the first match in this group where it hasn't really flowed. It's been a match of bits and pieces so far, hasn't it? Both players don't look 100% relaxed. They seemed it before the game, chatting away quite happily, but this one is certainly yet to fire up. Well, Bingham playing the attacking safety there. What does Murphy think of this one then? A couple of options, a couple of what I call half pots available, but all ones missable. Well, we talk about him as one of the best cueists the game has ever seen, and there's another example. What a way to stroke that ball in. No power whatsoever, yet got all the screw he needed on the white. That's purely down to timing. I'm not sure. Right smile. I'm not sure he's laughing at. If he's too straight on the brown, and he cannot do anything with that cue ball, he's going to have to play something else. That was a strange one because he always knew what was going to happen. He was going to make contact with the blue.
5.
He was gambling that he thought if he could come out for the right hand side of the blue, the cue ball kicked down the table. Didn't work out. This is missable.
Shaun Murphy, 5. One. Four.
Wow. I'm pretty sure the noise in the background didn't help him there. Whether the match just finished next door or what, but there was a lot of banging around going on. So Murphy misses the red, 7 points ahead in the second frame. A chance here for Bingham.
One.
Hands in the air. Not a very poor kick, just asking Dave Ford there to check the brown whether there's a mark on it or a chip on it, but not impressed at all.
5.
You know, I think that was played out of frustration.
Stuart Bingham.
I can't believe that was the right shot to play. I think he's so annoyed with himself. What happened with that previous brain, just got down and, well, took a chance really. So he's gifted the table back to Murphy. Murphy 2 points ahead in the second frame. Another very cagey affair, similar to the first. It took over 30 minutes. Unusual in this this competition. Usually quick fire stuff.
Four. Five. Twelve. 13. 20. 21.
'Well, it hasn't been the prettiest of frames, but Murphy
28.
is edging ever closer to victory in this second one.
29.
31 ahead, colour to follow, 43 on. Still some work to be done. The pink won't go back on his own spot. The highest available, which is the blue. So, just this red.
35. 36. 43. 44.
'Murphy keeping his hopes alive.
50. 52. 'Murphy, 52 and the frame.
Well, a decent break of 52, nothing spectacular, but enough to help him win that frame. And Murphy, similar to this morning, has taken a 2-0 lead. One more frame for victory and a much needed point. Shaun Murphy leads by 2 frames to 0. Just trying to work that one out. Table 1, Tuesday, obviously that's the matches we've got. I think the significance of those matches at the end of the Tuesday 21st of Feb, because obviously this one we've got now, Bingham and Murphy, is critical. Murphy has to win it, and then Murphy's straight back on. 5-minute break, he's got Liang Wenbo. If he wins that as well, that'll take him to 3 points. Stuart Bingham would then have to beat Karen Wilson to also be on 3 points. I still don't know the result of the Judd Trump and Ryan Day match. Ryan Day was currently on 3 points before that match. It's going to be very, very tight for 3rd and 4th places. We're certain that Karen Wilson and Liang Wenbo cannot qualify. We know that Mark Williams and Judd Trump have qualified. So basically, there's 3 players fighting for 2 places. Ryan Day, Stuart Bingham, and Shaun Murphy. Murphy led this one against Judd Trump 2 frames to nil with breaks of 72 and 126, and then Trump started that fight back, winning 3-2, making a 93 and a 76 along the way. He will be mindful of that, and mindful because, by his own admission, in that match, a couple of shots that he played, he said it himself, weren't the right choice, and they proved costly. Any professional snooker player with his back against the wall is a very dangerous player indeed. Bingham now, nothing to lose. We'll just go for it. Let's just double check in. Judd Trump did beat Ryan Day by 3 frames to 1. Which means that Ryan Day's qualifying campaign up to now is finished. He's played his 6 games, he's on 3 points. So there's nothing else he can do. Bingham in theory could overtake him if he wins this match and his next. Whereas Murphy could level with him if he wins this one and his next. And then it will be down to frame difference and cash in the bank, as they say. So Ryan Day with a nervous wait here. Yeah, there's too many permutations to work out looking at it. Murphy wins this one, he's on 2 points. He wins his last, he's on 3. Bean wins his last, he's on 3. Day will be on 3, and then it will all come down to frames won, frames lost. So we'll cross that line when we come to it, I think. First and foremost, Murphy has to win this frame of match.
Eight. Nine. 16. 17. 24. 25.
Now, which way is he going to play this? Attack the pack or play for the loose red on the side of the cushion? It all depends on how he can cue this one. If he's got to dig down into it, just play safe. Yeah, he went for the safer option, but first and foremost, make sure you pop the ball.
Shaun Murphy.
Yeah,
25.
walks away in disgust. Not happy with that at all. I think it's fair to say that neither player got going yet in this one. Right, here we go.
Oh. Six. 7. 14. 15. 22. 23.
This is more like the way that Stuart Bingham played last week in Cardiff in winning the Welsh
30.
Open. He's a very attacking, fluent player when he gets going. That's something of a confidence, not bizarrely after he won the World Championships, because I think probably the pressure of being introduced as a world champion
31.
week in, week out, and the pressure that brings, but a year on, and he appears to be back to his best and back to winning ways, and great to see.
$38. 39. 46. 47.
29 ahead,
54.
59 on. But the Reds are looking okay. Frame is very much up to him now. Little that Murphy can do.
$55. Thank you.
Well, Ryan Day will certainly be watching this one with interest, because, like I said, if Bingham can come back, take this frame, win the next two, that's it for Murphy. played 5 on 1 point along with Wilson and Wembo, so
62.
the 4 playoff places will be decided.
Thank you. 63. 70. 71. 'Stuart BINGHAM.
Doesn't matter, it
71
was enough, it
and the
was
third.
just what he needed as well. Had a couple of chances, didn't take them, but in the end, 71 is what got him through that one. And Bingham reduces the deficit and now trails Shaun Murphy by 2 frames to 1.
Thank you. Frame 4. Shaun Murphy to break.
There'll be times then for Shaun Murphy. I'd like to get this match over with as quickly as possible, and for 2 reasons. Obviously, desperately needs the point. If he loses this match, he's out basically. Can't qualify for the one of the top 4 positions, but also just looking at the lineup, as soon as this one's finished, there'll be a 5-minute break, and he's back on against Liang Wenbo. Now, if he wins this match, the match against Wenbo is highly relevant. Not for Wenbo, but it is for Murphy, to keep his hopes alive of qualifying. But if he loses this one, the next one against Wenbo has no meaning really whatsoever. There's a small financial implication, but in terms of qualifying, both of them will be out. Shots are nothing, but nevertheless a great red from Bingham. First in then in the 4th frame. Murphy be sat there looking at the table thinking, well, life's more difficult for Bingham. The black currently unavailable, but pink does go to one corner pocket. Bolt colours are all free, as is the blue. You can certainly, I'm not saying this is a frame winning situation because there's a long way to go, but you could, I was just about to say, get some points on the board. And look, he's finished with that one. Not the best shot he's ever played. Murphy may well get away with this. A Brucey bonus. Yeah, just apologising because
5.
he didn't play for it. He didn't see it originally that the plant was available to that left corner pocket, but he lucked out, and you need the luck, as we know, and it keeps the frame going. Wow. Can you believe it?
5.
I mean, that is a 10 out of 10 practice shot, that one. I assure you, Murphy would have been sat in his chair thinking, oh dear, he's going to score a few here. And then before you know it, misses a pink off the spot. He's back at the table. Still some work to be done, though.
One. Three.
Well, that may have worked out okay. Just nudging the black away from that red means the black does get to left corner. You can leave a decent angle and play the black, move the other 2 reds away, and free the black spot.
4.
I don't think he's done it enough. I'm looking at his
11.
face. Yeah, doesn't look best pleased, does he? He just looks like he's gone into his shell a little. Against Trump in the first 2 frames, he was playing with a lot of freedom, very fluent, but he's just slowed down a touch in this match.
Shaun Murphy, 11. One.
Yeah, it's just not happening for both players at the moment. Little kiss there on the red, took the pace out the cue ball, so now what should have been a fairly straightforward black to left corner is all of a sudden become very missable. And with the angle that he's got on the black, it's going to be very difficult to hold the cue ball down that end of the table. You know, he's shown us there how far up the table the cue balls are likely to travel. This one's a little bit of a grind at the moment.
Stuart, Bingham, 1. Foul. Stuart, Bingham,
Well,
4.
what he was trying to do there, the shot was probably virtually straight. I say virtually because what he was trying to do was create an angle, so not put the red dead in the centre of the pocket, but just kick it to the left or right to create an angle to bring the cue ball back at the table, but didn't manage to do so. And in not doing so, the cue ball followed the path of the red. So table back to Bingham. Nothing really in it. And just the 1 point.
1. Blue ball. Stuart, Bingham, 1.
squeeze that cue ball in behind the brown. He's behind it. Is it enough though? Can Murphy just kick the cue ball past? By that I mean put a touch of left hand side into it. You see, that's what he's thinking of, digging down, but it's such a risky shot to play for that distance, especially 12 foot at the table, separating the cue ball and the object ball. Do you know what? I'd be fairly pleased with that. That's a decent result. Well, a fabulous shot, and he deserved a little bit of luck, in all fairness to him. There's still a long way to go though. You look at the table as it is. 2 reds next to the pink, 2 on the right hand side of the table, 1 on the left hand side. Nothing particularly easy. Black's out of commission, as is the pink.
6. 7. 12. 13.
There's still a lot of work to be done here. 13 points here. This will take it 18. Well, which way does he see it? Red to centre is fairly obvious, and then
18.
the difficult work begins. All 4 remaining reds close to a cushion. It looks okay with this red that you can get the right side of the blue. Oh, no, he can't.
19.
Well, he's going to need some luck here, whichever way he plays it. You can do your best, but to finish perfectly on a red is going to be very difficult indeed. Here we go. So he played to cannon them. That was the danger. The centre pocket was always in the way.
24.
Right, in this situation now, you just got to make sure you leave the table in control. Take your points, run away, and try and start again in a minute.
So Murphy, 24.
Well, it's not the best shot that Murphy's ever played, is it? Red available now for Bingham. Fairly obvious blue or black to follow. Only 24 points behind. Still 59 on. Yeah, that is a big let off.
Yeah. One.
Really big red. 25 ahead, black to follow. That'll make it 32. There's 2 reds and the bulk end of the table available. Doesn't need the red at the other end of the table. This could be it for Murphy. Well, he played for the one nearest the cushion. I'm not sure whether he's still on. He's always got the full back of the one over the centre, but would like to tidy up that one if he could. 32 up.
Nine. Twelve. 13. 18.
And that's the one he wanted.
19.
So that surely is a victory for Murphy, and he'll be well relieved. He's still alive in this tournament. That takes his tally to 2 points alongside Bingham.
26.
Ryan Day still on 3. He's played all his matches. Next up, Murphy's up against Wembo, followed by Bingham against Wilson. The missed yellow is
John
irrelevant.
Murphy, 26. Frame and match.
Fair to say it wasn't a classic. Both players struggled. Nothing wrong with that. It does happen, but Murphy will be well relieved. I think there's a little bit of chat going on about a few reactions they have from the cue ball and the object ball, but nevertheless, the only thing that matters is the result. Murphy winning 3-1. He takes another point. He's back in action in 5 minutes' time up against Liang Wenbo.